Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little bit different. I'm actually going to be reviewing Mark Tillbury's $1,000 in 24 hours video that he's just uploaded, and just basically give you my honest opinion on the video and the ideas. If you do enjoy this type of video, guys, please let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to make some more. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. And let's see what Marky boy has to offer.
Nothing to my name. Idea number one, starting an email newsletter. Hi guys,
never heard of this one.
So what if I told you you could press send on an email and earn thousands of dollars in a couple of seconds? This might sound impossible, however, people are already doing it. A popular email newsletter.
I've never heard of this one, so this is an interesting one.
Called The Hustle was recently sold for between $25 and $30 million. The best part about starting an email newsletter is its very low barrier to entry. This makes it a lot easier than any other type of content creation, as all you need is a laptop or even a phone.
I'm guessing you're going to need like a big audience though, because obviously the newsletter is going to go to someone, so unless you've already generated a big audience, I can't really see how you're going to make money through it.
Also mostly free to start, as most platforms allow you to grow to 1,000 subscribers before charging you a single penny. There's actually a popular saying that you only need 1,000 true fans to become a millionaire. This kind of loyalty is what email newsletters are great for building. I've recently started a free newsletter of my own called Strike It Big, which is loaded with valuable information and insights about growing your wealth that you won't get anywhere else. I only launched this a month ago and I already have over 10,000 subscribers.
I do like that Strike It Big newsletter, to be fair. It does actually add quite a lot of value and I do recommend it, so shout out to Mark for doing that. But 11,000 people, but that's a lot of people for you, Mark, but for me and like other people, it's just not in the question. I mean, Mark's got 1.3 million subs, so we're not going to get that, nowhere near that form of traction. So it's kind of wishful thinking, this one, but yeah, let's just carry on.
Enjoying the content. If you're interested in receiving weekly emails, I'll drop a link below. Due to its success, I've actually had brands reach out to me and offer thousands of dollars for one quick mention. I put a lot of this success down to the way I've always approached life. You should aim to give more than you get.
Love that.
Absolutely love that. It's so important to offer your audience a huge amount of free value. Then in the future, if you do want to ask them to do you a favour, they'll be happy to help you out. In addition to this, you need to be interesting. I remember a friend of mine telling me that his company sends out a long email every week to keep everyone up to date with what's going on. However, it was a bit of a running joke in the office that no one read it. That's why it's so important to entertain.
I think that's a key thing with this, is that you've got to try and make recurring content, and it's quite difficult if you think about it. I mean, you've only got so much that you can talk about in a week, so it must be quite difficult to do these newsletters. But I kind of don't like this as an idea for the general public type sort of side hustle. I think it's more of these ones where once you've got an audience, this is what you should do. Not a fan of this one, so I am just going to skip this on now to number two, because I'm just conscious of the timing on this video. But number two, let's see what that is.
Idea number two, collecting royalties.
Okay, collecting royalties, that's an interesting one.
Artists try and get a Christmas number one. Well, it's all about the royalties.
Is Mark telling you to get a Christmas number one? I think he is here.
Noddy Holder, lead singer of the 1970s glam rock band Slade, once said that his song, Merry Christmas Everybody, is his pension. And he wasn't joking. That one song will pay him a decent living in royalties for the rest of his life without him having to lift a single finger.
That's
if you
a madness.
Can't sing like me, then the good news is it's not just musicians who can collect royalties. Authors, script writers, inventors and others benefit from the resales of their products and ideas. I'm going to be honest with you, this requires a lot of upfront work. However, once you've created...
I like that he's dropped in that this requires a lot of upfront work. Appreciate that from Mark, to be fair, because in most of his videos he makes things seem a lot easier than they actually are. I kind of like this idea, but I don't know where he's going with it, so we'll just carry on with the video.
Something, then you can continue to get paid for it forever. To be honest, you are taking a bit of a risk, because if you don't get enough people to see your creation or use your invention, then your time would go to waste. To minimize this risk, it's very important to identify a proven demand. Be on the lookout for something scarce or not being done very well that you can improve upon.
I don't really know what like specifics he's gonna give or anything, but like the only royalties that I'm thinking of is like rights to songs or maybe YouTube videos or some form of content that you put on the internet, you give the royalty or sell the royalty to someone else. I don't really know what else you can do, whether there's like a marketplace for royalties or something, I don't know, but let's see if he goes into any more detail.
My eyes were opened up to this when I turned
so
on
this is the whole
YouTube
AdSense.
I never aimed to become a YouTuber. I just noticed there was a lack of financial education in school, so I had to take things into my own hands. I heard somewhere that if I turned on the adverts, then YouTube would promote my videos more. Now, I don't know if this is true.
There is no way Mark Tillbury didn't know about monetization on YouTube. Absolute bullshit, mate.
But it did seem to work. To my amazement, one of my early videos gained 4 million views and has now made me over $100,000 in royalties.
That is
Even
mad.
if you don't fancy making videos, then you could team up with someone that does and write their scripts in return for a split of the profits. Surprisingly, there are also ways you can benefit from royalties without actually creating anything. This is because in order to gain money to fund projects, it's very common for creators to sell.
I'm not a massive fan of this one, if I'm honest. I don't really know what he's trying to get at. Selling royalties is an idea, but it's not an easy idea, and it's definitely not one that is just like you can go to a website and then start selling some royalties. It's not. It's definitely a very, very difficult one, and again, it's down to this sort of, once you've got a following, it might be easier to sell royalties. But yeah, again, for just a general public, I can't imagine that this is an easy side hustle at all to do. I don't know if it's going to make you £1,000 in 24 hours, but hey ho, not my favourite. So the first two I've not been a massive fan on, so let's go to number 3.
Passive income. Idea number 3. Selling digital products. Imagine
breath
making
of fresh air.
$2 million in 10 minutes, all from the comfort of your sitting room. Well, my son...
The best thing about digital products is that you don't have to pay the cost to store them, and also there's unlimited digital products, so you never have to replenish them.
One of his past clients who did exactly that, selling digital products. Now, digital products can't be held, tasted or touched, but everyone consumes them now more than ever. They also come with a whole host of benefits that make them perfect for making passive income. Firstly, as they aren't physical, it means you don't have to pay for storage, and they never run out of stock. Secondly, your profit margins are very high, as the cost of creating the digital product only has to be paid once, and then you have it forever. Thirdly, you don't have to worry about shipping nightmares.
That is very true. No shipping costs as well. I didn't even think of that one, but yeah, there's no shipping costs with digital products.
You're paying people to send your items for you. Many people have told me that I'm silly for not selling an online course, as there is a lot of demand. However, as it's so easy to get into the market, there are a lot of bad products out there. This is a shame, as it's given the whole industry a bad name. So that's why, if I were to sell anything, then I'd have to give it a lot of time and energy. And
I love that he's mentioned that it takes a lot of time and energy to do these sorts of things. He's sort of making it more realistic now, which is way better to do in a video, I think, when you're explaining something. And again, he's mentioned that online courses can be like scams and things, so there's a lot of like subjectivity around online courses, and so he's being honest about it. So I absolutely love that from Mark.
That's just not possible, as I'm running multiple businesses outside of YouTube. All I ever do is tell you about the free stock worth between $3,000 and $1,000 from public.com that you can pick up with the link in the description, as at least it gives you something back and the channel benefits from people using the link. So just remember, when you're creating your digital product, just make sure that you're making something that's truly valuable. Sometimes
something that's going to add value to someone is the best form of digital product that you can create. Absolutely love that one. So let's skip it on to number 4. Be the middleman.
Idea number 4. Be the middleman. I recently sat down with a man who made
$10
million by the age of 21 selling items.
I know that guy that he's on there. It's Econ King. I've seen him on YouTube, massive YouTube. He actually lives in, well, he used to live in the town that I'm from. Yeah, he's a nice guy, and he's made a hell of a lot of money through YouTube and e-commerce or drop shipping. But the problem that I have with dropshipping, there's 3 main problems that I've got with dropshipping. Is one, the advertisement costs, because obviously you've got to get your product that you're going to be dropshipping out there, and obviously it costs money to advertise, and it is a hell of a lot of money. You don't realise how much you need to be able to spend on advertising. Number 2 is what happens when that stock goes out of stock from the supplier, or the customer wants a refund. It can cause all sorts of problems. And then number 3 is the shipping times. So usually, because you're going to be drop shipping a product from China, it's taking like 30 to 45 days, maybe even 60 days for the product to arrive, and people just don't want to wait that long. So it is really difficult, and there's loads of issues with drop shipping, but if you can nail it, it's very profitable. And I know that Ecom King has got loads of good courses, to be fair, and they're all free. So yeah, I would recommend going and checking him out if you are interested in drop shipping, but again, I'm not a fan. It's too difficult, it's too costly, too risky, and yeah, I'm not a massive fan.
But the funny thing is, he never actually held any of the products in his hands. This is completely
I think this is why dropshippers love saying that there's no cost, that you don't hold stock. It's a very good idea,
and it also
but in
costs
practice,
thousands in
a lot
warehouse
harder.
space, staff wages and packing materials. That's where both drop shipping and drop servicing comes into play. Since the pandemic, online business has surged beyond belief, and by the end of 2022, these sales will likely reach over $5 trillion. There truly is an abundance of cash out there ready to be collected, and with the right strategy, you don't even have to be the one sending the parcels or doing the work. Drop shipping and drop servicing is selling physical products or services on the internet without ever stocking the product yourself. This allows you to start your very own business with minimal cost.
That is obviously really appealing. You've got no cost, no overheads to begin with, so it does sound really good to begin with.
As there's no staff, storage or inventory fees. If that sounds too good to be true, then believe me, it's not. You're getting paid for your marketing and online expertise. Just think about it. The people buying the products and services you're advertising wouldn't have known that they ever wanted the product.
Yeah, it's another good thing to mention. You've got to be good at marketing. You've got to be good with websites. You've got to be good with like TikTok adverts or Instagram adverts, Facebook, all that sort of stuff.
With your help. This is why your skill set is valuable to both the customer and also the supplier. You're the middleman. All you need to do is find a supplier that sells popular winning products or has a range that excites you and build a store around it. Every time a customer orders from you, all you need to do is place an order with the supplier and have it shipped directly to their address. You can also do...
Yeah, I'm bored of this one. So yeah, it's drop shipping basically. Yeah, not a massive fan. This is probably the worst one on this list. So yeah, I don't like this one at all. Let's go for number 5.
$1,000 a day. Idea number 5, launching a membership. At the height of
Brilliant
Andrew
idea.
Tate's popularity, he had 108,000 members paying him $49 per month. That means
$50 per month just because you get some form of financial education that you could find on YouTube anyway for free. It's mental what Andrew Tate did. That pyramid selling scheme that he basically had from Hustlers University. You can't really fault him for like having that genius idea of just creating that, because he's made so much money from just that he could probably just retire now. He didn't have to do any of his fighting or build his other businesses. He could have just done this and then that was it, set up for life. So you got to rate him for doing it, but it's turned out to be a load of shit, and like people just have not really received any value from it. But fair play to him for making a decent quick buck.
he was making an eye-watering $5.3 million every single month, all from a simple membership site. I think this example shows you that even if you were able to get a fraction of Tate's success, then this can be a very lucrative way to make a lot of passive income. In my opinion, this type of income is better than a lot of others on the list, as it's very predictable. You can easily tell
like
how much
recurring
income every month.
It's good.
As long as you retain your members. The Sidemen have even taken notice of this passive income stream and recently launched Side Plus. They're charging about $10 per month and probably making millions in reliable passive income. The beauty of a membership is that there's no limit to how many members you can acquire. Plus, it's easy to scale up without increasing your workload.
I agree with all of these points that he's making, to be fair. Memberships are easy to scale up, and obviously there is a lot of money to be made as soon as you start getting those recurring fees.
I actually started a free Discord group last month for fun called Strike It Big. It's for anyone that's interested in entrepreneurship and investing. I just felt like it was time to have a home for our community. I'll leave a link down below if you want to jump in. It's completely free. In order to create a successful membership, you need to have some kind of niche and value that you're providing. Then host it on the platform that your audience uses the most. The best I found are Facebook and Discord. I've seen gold.
I'll stop that there. But yeah, that is a great idea. I think memberships do make a lot of money, and it's obviously good income because it's recurring. But again, you've got to have that skill or sort of expertise in that area to be able to build a membership deal. You've got to give value back to the person that's subscribing. But yeah, it's a great way of making money, I think, and it's certainly one that you would love to do once you've built an audience. I kind of feel like there's a common theme with these sort of ideas, that if you have already got a big audience or a big following, then these ideas will be good. But for normal people, day-to-day people, these ideas just aren't going to work. They're just going to take so much time to set up, and obviously if you don't have that initial following, they're going to be incredibly difficult to set up anyway. So yeah, not a massive fan. I think the best one is digital products, but I wish he went into more detail. And if I'm probably being honest, it's either the newsletter, which was the first one, or drop shipping is probably the worst on this list. With number 2, what was number 2 again? The royalties and the membership probably being like the second and third. But yeah, overall I think digital products was a fantastic idea. And yeah, it's a great video, to be fair. There you have it, guys. That is the end of my review of Mark Tilbury's making $1,000 in 24 hours video. Hopefully you enjoyed this type of video because it's a little bit different to what I normally do. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.